Hi, this is Baya here. This is the third build of the league. This build's showing quite a bit of promise. So far, it is already outperforming the Power Siphon Miner. And it costs considerably less to actually run. Well, I mean, both of them are Dawn builds, but this does require a bit less investment. I'll show you the mechanics after I run a map, and then you have a brief idea about it. It's currently level 85. Not that much, but I am doing T16s. Not juiced at the moment, just doing them for clear. Damage is quite good at the moment. It seems to be around 20 million DPS. Tankiness is not too bad. About 200,000 with Molten Gel up. It's not the same as the Chieftain, but the Chieftain was made to be unkillable. But this is a lot smoother than Chieftain because of the way it's structured. Might look like I took a lot of damage there, but I actually didn't even proc adrenaline, so yep. Sorry, as usual, I need currency, so I will trade whenever I can. I mean, pretend that it's pretty much, I mean, I don't do showcase, I don't really do like specialized videos, I just show you exactly what I'm playing and how I play it.
I prefer not to drive the syndicate into a corner.
A lot of your damage is actually coming, a lot of damage here is coming from the Wrath. Divine Blessing Wrath and Smite, so it's a bit annoying to have to keep casting them to keep the uptime up, but I would say it's worth the I mean, based on how it scales, how cheaply it scales, it's kind of worth it. I would actually like to have like cap suppression here, but it's actually a left side tree, so not much access to suppression. Also, a lot of uniques, it's quite hard to actually get 100%, so I didn't bother. On the bright side, because it's the left side of the tree, it actually runs like close to 90% crit damage reduction without like Watcher's Eye. As you can tell, leveling up pretty fast because of Jun in the map. Gonna run through the build now. Took me about a day to level up, and the cost of the build so far has been, well, including the Adorned, it's probably close to 80 divines, I think. Um, uh, then again, I don't even know what the cost of the Adorned is right now. The Adorned cost me 60 divs at that point when I bought it. So the rest of the gear is probably like 20 divs. A good portion of that is actually the, wait, is it 20 divs? No, it's probably more than that. Holy shit, this is a 80, 90 div build, I think. It's, maybe a 100 div build. Yikes. I guess there's nothing really cheap in the league nowadays. So yeah, it's a Ashes of the Stars setup. You notice I don't have a helm, and the reason being is because I am running Dance with Death. This is a build that scales off pretty large ranges of lightning damage. So if you notice something interesting here, I'm an aura stacker. I'm actually stacking auras for myself. I'm not stacking auras for anyone else. My auras is actually 87%, which is really, really high for myself. And also armor and evasion is at 47 and 43k base. With the flask up, it's 72 and 59 or 60 around there. So that's giving quite a bit of damage to the perseverance belt. Yeah, based on so you have everything here. You have the flat scaling, you have the skill itself, which has really good multipliers, which is ambidexterity, dual strike ambidexterity. You have the double damage from replica frost breath, which gives you the ambidexterity boost. You get quality scaling from Ashes of Stars. You get a dawn scaling for crit multi, and then finally you have like aura scaling to scale not only the defenses but also your damage, because your damage is coming from smite and wrath. Yeah, so let me just show you the mechanics, and then it'll be a lot clearer to you how this build actually works. So if you notice here, it's very bare bones. It's not really getting a lot of nodes on the way there. It's mostly just pathing for as many classes as possible. First things first, you kind of do want Eldritch Battery, because Eldritch Battery is what enables you to cast Wrath. If you don't do Eldritch Battery, you have to drop an aura for Wrath, so that's the downside. And since all the auras are pretty useful, you have three you have three purity auras, which gives you all your resistances, basically all your resistances made out of those auras, and in max res as well. Yeah, definitely want Eldritch Battery. And if I were to run something like Devouring Diadem, which is what some other players are doing, I can't run Dance with Death. And Dance with Death is literally 50 to 60% more damage for anyone running Wrath or Smite. So really strong keystone. Anyway, so how this aura stacking works is that the Hand of Phyrexia, the Hand of Phrygia has this thing that says non-curse auras from your skill only apply to you and your link targets. Nothing else on this glove matters. I'll be frank. You need to notice ahead of time that 34% increase of non-curse auras from your skills, not important unless you're linking something, and trust me when I say this, you're not going to be linking anything, right? Unless you're playing the party setting, makes no sense. Summoning a minion to link to it, it's also pretty stupid for 34% if increase the effect. So personally, all you care about is that one line, which doesn't really have any variability to it. The only thing that's really important here is your implicits, because if you can't change, like if nothing on the glove matters except for that one line, you can't really add more power to it other than through corruptions. So in this case, I've gone for crit chance on the prefix on an implicit. I would like crit chance and maybe attack speed, or crit chance and frenzy charge. I have no way of generating frenzy charges, so there's no point. But crit chance is probably like the best for me because it's attack crit, and that's why I've gone for this. The reason why this glove is good is the non-curse auras from your skills only apply to you and link targets. Does not seem to apply the generosity. So I have a level 30 generosity in Victario's influence. It's a +1 all gems and +2 AoE. +1 all gems, basically giving me +1 levels on the Enlighten, which then reduces the cost multiplier all my auras here. So the 5 auras that I'm running here, they get Giga Boost in levels. It gets +4 from the item itself because it's +1 to Socketed and +2 to AoE, and then +1 to Aura, so that's +4 total. With Ashes of Stars, it's +5 total. So right now I don't have 21 Grace or Determination, but if I do have Grace and Determination 21, I'll have a pretty insane amount of defenses. For Purity of Ice, Purity of Lightning, and Purity of Fire, you already pretty much hit the numbers you want, right? You only care about the 5% additional maximum for 5 resistance or resistors. It doesn't go beyond that, and that happens at level 23. So, you know, I've already gotten this. You don't really level this up further. Leveling up further just gives you more like res, but I'm really overcapped by an insane amount because of the aura effect. So the reason why this is like super strong for why Victar is super strong is that normally when you have generosity applying to all your auras, they don't apply to you. So if they don't apply to you, then you obviously can't make good use of this, right? But with this particular glove, what this enables is that all the auras that you have here that have generosity applied to it, which gives it 49% increased aura effectiveness. That's 5 introspection. Well, 6 in introspection, because the chest itself has its own aura effect. It's at 13%, so 49% on the level 30 generosity. That's 62%. That's 6 small cluster jewels of introspection, right? So that's how insane this is. And 6 small cluster jewels of introspection is literally 2 1 passive voices. So yeah, with these 2 items, you can basically do what all the aura bots are doing for like cheap. This was like 1 divine for me, and it cost me like another 1 divine to link it. And this was like, I don't know, 80C. So yeah, these 2 together, pretty insane. With these 2 items, you basically hit close to, you hit probably 86% or 85% auras. And then you cap res at the same time, because you don't need res on any other piece of gear, because you basically just max it out with priority, all the different priorities. And then because you're a champion, determination and grace, along with the base armor and evasion of your kit, you have quite a bit of armor evasion, flat armor evasion on your ascendancy. You basically skill damage through perseverance, right? Because this is pretty old tech. And then you also get off of fortified, your onslaught. So makes you really, really tanky, and then the perseverance gives you the damage scaling. So yeah, this is really insane. Ashes of Stars also helps it out quite a bit. You get levels, but you also get quality. So like for example, Purity Ice, quality, increase cold resistance. It makes your overcap even more potent, which means like stuff like exposure, elemental weakness, flammability, whatever, all the curses don't really apply to you that much. You don't quite care about them just because you're like so overcapped on res. Yeah. Anyway, so generally this base kit is super strong for defenses. You can definitely put the Wrath here, but what I've figured out is it's actually far better to have your Wrath in your March of the Legion, because you're gonna run Smite anyway. And to put Smite in this chest is kind of stupid. So what I did was I got March of the Legion plus 2 aura gems on the implicit. So that's plus 7 gems overall. You give this a plus 1 from the Ashes of Star, so that's plus 8 gems overall, plus 8 levels overall. And then if you get 21 Smite and 21 Wrath, that's an insane amount of flat, right? The downside is you have to keep pressing this throughout the map to get your damage, but for the cost, like this cost me a div, right? One that doesn't have the move speed is probably gonna cost you less, maybe 80C, 90C, I don't know. But with that, you should like scale pretty high amounts of like flat lightning. Yeah. Okay, so now that you have all these 3 things, give me you significant of flat lightning, what can you do with it, right? And so I was thinking to myself, there are only a really few like super strong skills at the moment. I could definitely go shattering steel or splitting steel, or what's it called. But the problem with that is you kind of need links, and you don't have any more locations to put links on, right? So 6 thing already goes in the chest. You can get like definitely a 2-hander, but with all that flat, really what will benefit you the most is something like Paradoxica or Frost Breath, because it just multiplies your damage. The way I've decided to solve for damage is that the current meta for melee is this skill called Dual Strike or Ambidexterity, and it's super strong for the reason that it gives you quite insane scaling, that especially for setups where your flat damage ramp isn't coming from the weapons, it's coming from an additional external source. Let me give you an example. Let's say if you have a offhand weapon, you kind of want it to be pretty much a stat stick, right? You want it to be as fast as possible, just so that you can like trigger, you can have a faster attack speed. Because Dual Strike Ambidexterity, what it does is that you attack with both weapons, but the speed is the of your offense weapons, and you have more damage with your main hand weapons, right? And so, if you can get, let's say, a lot of insane flat like Wrath, Smite, or strength stacking from Alberon boots, you get quite a bit of chaos from Alberon boots. What you can do with that is, you can have something like a Frost Breath or a Paradoxical to double the damage, and it hits super hard, and then you get 100% more because of Dual Strike or Ambidexterity's quality scaling, and then you just hit a fuck ton basically. In this case, what I've done is, considering the fact that offhand is going to be a stat stick, there's not really many things you could run on the modifiers, right? You can definitely get like 2.210 attack speed, but then what else are you gonna get? Crit chance, crit multi? That's pretty much it. There's not much else you can do with it. So as I was thinking to myself, like, why not I just go for like a 6 or 7 socket, like pseudo socket weapon, right? So this is a Shaper Elder weapon. They've been dropping quite regularly because of the not really dropping, but people have been crafting them because of they're using Necropolis, and then they come with fraction mods. So I am looking for a better one. This cost me a divine. It cost me like a divine to buy, but then the crafting itself cost me another 6 or 7 divines. I'm looking for a different one because I want one with Ruthless, Ancestral Core, and Multi-Strike. Right now there's only like one in the market for 15 divs. I also kind of want this to be a claw and not a sword, because then I can run a Paradoxica instead of a Frost Breath. But if I can find it, if I do find another sword that has like Ruthless, Ancestral Core, Multi-Strike, or Ruthless, Multi-Strike, and critical chance or critical damage, sorry, that would be ideal, and then I can like increase the damage further by adding more links. So what the multipliers are coming from for the skill is, you have Ruthless linked, so that is 30% more damage overall. You have Ancestral Core, which is for quality of life, is just for clear. You have critical strikes, you have more damage, so that's a 4 link already. And then you have base attack speed of 26 or 27. You can get multi-strike, it's 20 instead, but you do have another link. And then you slot in Ambidexterity, Awaken Fire Pen, Lightning Pen is super good, and then Volatility support is 100% required because you're running the Nasimas, not Asanas, and then also you have the insane lightning damage ranges from Wrath and Smite. Anyway, so this is the offhand. Main hand, obviously you have to run a Frost Breath. There is no other weapon that gives you double damage that isn't a sword. Paradoxical is a sword, but you can't have 2 swords or dual strike or Ambidexterity. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So other than that, since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items are all uniques, you're not wearing a helm, the only thing that are rares are your rings. That's the only thing that are rares. And all because you're going rings, you have 1 star for decks, you don't have any issues with other rares except for chaos. So Amethyst makes the most sense. So Amethyst with dexterity, with accuracy rating, life, and like cost reduction, literally all you need. So I have basically I have 2 rings that are very similar stats. I should really divine this, holy shit, it's low roll on accuracy, what the hell. But yeah, so to get 2 of these, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's talk about the links, because so you have a clear idea. So automation linked to Molten Shell, Leap Slam. I would like Leap Slam with fast attacks, but I've just run out of like sockets. I would like Flame Dash as well, or Frost Blink, but as I said, I run out of sockets. Assassin's Mark linked to Mark and Hit support. Defiance Banner, Precision. No point linking these 2 because 1, you don't have any links, and 2, whatever you can link it to is not worth it, just because you don't have that many links. Determination, Grace, Purity of Ice, Purity of Lightning, Enlighten, and Purity of Fire. This one you have Lightning Penetration, Dual Strike, and Dexterity, Volatility support, and hopefully Ruthless, and Ruthless, elemental damage with attacks. More damage is probably the ideal, and then for suffixes it will be like me think. Crit chance, crit damage, and multi-strike. Yeah, that would be the ideal, but I haven't seen one on the market yet, so whatever. Boots going to be smite, increased duration, wrath, and inspiration. So this is to give you like buff that you can cast over and over again just to get damage. Yeah. Flasks haven't really been sorted out. I think these three flasks are okay. So gain 3 charges when you hit by enemy. This is super cool. This is actually from my chieftain before I moved to Mage Blood, so I just scanned all the flasks and put it here. Life flasks are complete garbage. I haven't actually sorted them out. At the same time, I do feel that the recovery here right now, I haven't gotten any life leech nodes or life gain or hit, and so pretty much I have only these two, which is pretty pathetic. Probably have to improve that. Yeah. All right, let's go to passive tree, because you're probably wondering how the fuck, what the fuck am I doing with the passive tree? It is an abomination. It's a complete abomination. So, you path down here, you're getting, basically all the path. You're basically making a beeline for as many jewels as you possibly can, and every jewel is going to be boosted because of a dawn. And what your jewels you're looking for is you want percentage life, you want melee crit multiplier, and some form of implicit. And these things are really cheap, but I'm not sure how long they will stay cheap, because I have kind of bought a huge portion of the market. But yeah, I got stuff like reduce effect of shock times 2, so that's 100% reduce effect of shock. I have stuff like reservation efficiency, which is this aura build, that's really nice. So I have a whole bunch of them with reservation efficiency, reduce effect of curses, corrupted blood immunity. I think the rest are all reservations. Yeah, they're all reservations. This one is effect of chill, and yeah, another bunch of reservations. Pathing is just really straightforward. You path here, make a beeline for every single fucking cluster. Okay, why am I going for so many clusters? 2 reasons. One, Adorn means that any rare jewel I slot on there is going to be super good, and because I'm going for percentage life and crit multi, it's actually a very efficient way of getting a whole bunch of life. So normally, like, if I didn't do that, my life would be, I think, yeah, that's pretty shit. Yeah. So the other reason why I path for all these cluster slots is mostly because Quicken Deadly is like super strong for this build. Like, I think Quicken Deadly adds a pretty significant amount of like DPS for Ambidexterity setups. So the more you can stack of it, I think the better. So I have like literally 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters. Yeah, so you path all the way here, you're gonna get this just because of melee strike skills do splash damage. Next one, because I have Ancestral Core, I don't need additional targets. What we like is actually plus 3 meters is melee strike range, and along with this, so it gives me quite a bit of range and it makes my clearing a lot smoother. Path here, get sockets, obviously, because sockets are good. Crit multi, crit chance, and reduce damage from critical strikes. I plan to go here as well and get the reduced damage from critical strikes here, and then because I already have this, so that will be 90% reduced extra damage from critical strikes. I can also probably get like a bit of the in nodes turned to this critical strike damage reduction, and then I should be like 100% covered. I think I have more than enough int for that. Probably strength as well. I can convert to something else with the tattoos, but I haven't really decided it yet. But yeah, path here, get more clusters. Down here for Sanctum for reduced crit damage. You can what I want to get here next as well is 10% armor also applies to chaos damage taken from hits. That gives me quite a bit of tankiness. Here's socket as well. Socket is like really strong. Also, if you want a good jewel here, the number is 6181. So what 6181 does is that it gives you 8% aura effect here, on here, and on here. So all the 3 ones that you really want, you get 8% increased aura effect, so 24% increased aura effect, just like that from here. You definitely want to go here for Elemental Mastery because I have no pen. I don't have any shred as well. I mean, I do have lightning pen, but I don't have like elemental weakness. I don't have whatever to make my character slower. So no, sorry, what am I talking about? Did I just fall asleep halfway? Okay, sorry. I don't have any way of like reducing an enemy resistances, so the inversion node is like super strong here. It's giving me quite a bit of damage. So yeah, definitely go for this. Down to left is like super super strong. Okay, so lucky damage is absurdly broken with lightning, especially if you can use volatility on it. It's also really strong on stuff like what's it called again? Replica Oberons, because the damage range is so huge. But unfortunate thing is that you can't use a helmet. It's also really good for builds that hit maybe about 60% crit chance and can't go higher than that. Because with this you go to an effective like 90% crit chance, and then you also have like lucky on hits. Yeah, because you're anyway. Go here, obviously one more aura nodes. Part here, you're getting the crit multi and crit chance, but you're mostly getting for this. All damage with maces and scepters inflicts chill. So you'll be asking like, why do I care about chill so much? It's because it gives me double damage with frost breath. Yep. And also the reason why Replica Frost Breath instead of normal Frost Breath is because Replica Frost Breath gives you 30 chaos resistance, which is far more important than 50% fire, because, you know, as I said already, you overcap on normal Ellie res because of the aura effect and the 3 purities. Yeah, so part here, get as many, like every single cluster is going to be quick and deadly clusters. There are only like 2 cluster variants that give you quick and deadly at the front, so that is hit and run and deadly rare party, I think. I don't think I have any single deadly rare parties. What I've been doing is I've been basically just crafting my own hit and run jewels. I just sit down and like elk and scour until I get something I like. I drop exalts and annuls if I want to keep trying. But yeah, it's not that complex. Alright, far down here, get the sockets. Like whatever sockets you can get is amazing because of Adorn. So yeah, part here, Eldritch Battery, super good as well for your Divine Blessing on Wrath and Smite. Then go here, more clusters, one more cluster and more jewels. Eventually I'm gonna path here and get the aura effect, and then I should have about 88 all res, I think, for elemental. Alright, probably we'll be playing the build some more, then 10 more levels. I'll probably be getting all the nodes in between. There's no point going for another cluster, it's just way too hard to get there. So what would be next is like I start getting all the life nodes, and I should probably hit about 4.6, 4.7k life and about 220k EHP, I think. Damage should be around 20 to 30 mil. It's respectable, not too bad. Alright, I'm out. Peace. See you guys. Bye.